what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Tracy Rampage versus the Elite Squad.
This is the title game, right?
Yep. Elite Squad's on this side, Rampage is on that side. We do not have a roster for the Rampage.
Here we go, guys. This is the 8U championship game. We've seen a couple of championships already. The Reed Raiders have taken home a championship. The Parkland Raiders have taken home a championship. Now, neither one of those teams will be on the field. It is the Elite Squad taking on the Tracy Rampage in this 8U championship game live here from the Cali Bowl. Jim Cooley, the voice of champions, bringing you all the action. We are at Honker Field, Yuba City, California. Yuba City High School for the 2021 Cali Bowl, brought to you by A2K Sports. My broadcast booth partner is Rich Andrade, the Highlands announcer, bringing all the action to the crowd here in the stadium today. And I myself will be bringing you all the action on the live stream. Thanks for popping in and joining us this year. Elite Squad in gray, the home team, and it is the Tracy Rampage across the field, the visiting team for this 8U championship game. And I'm going to find the live stream so that I can see your guys' comments and follow along. Except that I can't find the comments.
Let me post the link.
There we go. I found them. So it looks like we got a few people in the chat for this 8U game.
It is first down and 10 for the Rampage at their own 40-yard line.
So I'm not sure what's going on with these yard markers or down markers. We need someone picking up that other yard marker. We got some things going wrong here. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. Tracy Rampage looking to strike first and strike fast. And these jerseys are super close together in color when you're looking through this window with the sun in your eyes. And number 1 takes the handoff and gets it up back to the line of scrimmage. Almost lost a few, but was able to bulldozer his way in.
Number 1 on the carry for the Rampage, brought down by Najee Hamilton.
So if you're just joining us on the live stream, guys, this is the Cali Bowl 8U championship game.
Bringing up second down.
And I'm hoping that most of the action stays at this end of the field so I do not have to stare directly into the sun and burn my irises to give you guys all this action. Retinas, irises, eyelashes. I have beautiful eyelashes. I don't want to burn those either. All right, here we go. Handoff again. And you're going to see a ton of handoffs at this age. Not going to be a lot of passes. As they're backed up about 5 yards, that'll bring up 3rd and 15. Chavez on the tackle, 3rd and 15.
Third down.
Looks like a 5-yard. Well, they were backed up a little bit, so it's going to be 3rd and 15 for the Tracy Rampage. And the Elite Squad, who we saw win here earlier today to get their spot in this championship game. And moving forward is the Tracy Rampage. That'll bring up 4th down as he gets a few, but nowhere near enough to get a first down.
1 yard gain for the quarterback as he's brought down by Billy Cook. That'll bring up 4th down for the Rampage at their own 37-yard line.
So
Looks like
fourth
the
down for
Rampage are
Tracy.
going to punt the ball.
And they will punt, and at this level, obviously, they're not going to actually punt the ball. They will move the ball up the field. And I believe it's 20 yards for the 8Us.
Should go to 42. That is a 20-yard punt for the Rampage.
And it'll go to the 43-yard line.
That brings up first down and 10 for the Elite Squad at their own 43-yard line.
And I know that math stung my friend Rich Andrade as he was off by a yard.
They shorted him a yard.
Oh, I see. It's on the refs. So the Tracy Rampage punt. The Elite Squad takes over from their own 43-yard line. And the referees apparently cannot count according to the Highlands announcer. So here comes the Elite Squad. 8U championship on the line. The winners will walk away with those coveted 2021 Cali Bowl rings. And the coach, of course, will walk away with that beautiful Cali Bowl helmet. But it all depends on the players on the field. And 5 has the ball, and he cuts up inside, breaks free, he's got an opening. Stiff arm drops him to the turf. He is off to the races, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown Elite Squad. And that stiff arm was something beautiful as he puts him on his back.
Takes it all the way into the end zone for a 57-yard touchdown run.
Underage championship, Luke.
Billy Cook on that first down play, 57 yards to the house, 2 broken tackles, and a stiff arm heard round the world. And the Elite Squad is on the board 6-0 with 8 minutes, 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. So the Elite Squad picking up where they left off earlier this morning in our first game and trying to get off the field now for this substitution. And the Elite Squad will look to punch one in and pick up a point. Whistle blown, play dead. It's going to be a penalty on somebody. And that's going to go against the offense. That'll back them up.
The Elite Squad. We will replay the PAT.
So the sun's still in my eyes. And the Elite Squad on the board. 8U, Yuba City High School Cali Bowl. We are going to have a champion at the end of this game. And the Tracy Rampage showed up and showed out in another one of our championship games today, just lost to a little bit better team today. Doesn't mean they're a better team always. They just happen to be a little bit better today, and they came away with the championship. So now the younger Rampage players will look to avenge that loss and pick up some of that Cali Bowl gold before they head home to the 209. Edward A. says he heard that stiff arm in Germany, and he got inside there for the PAT, punches it in. 7-0 Elite Squad. Edward A., that was a really nice stiff arm. Absolutely. And we've seen these Elite Squad runners all day today in the previous game running people over, and they're just 8 years old, so it's kind of crazy. And it's crazy, too, when you think about it. They're 8 years old, but they literally have so much experience in youth football because some of these kids have been playing since they were 4. Yeah, it's always nice to see the coaches out on the field helping these 8U kids, getting them where they need to be, pointing them at the spots, getting them organized, in the huddles with them. Imagine Bill Belichick in the huddle. They'd probably beat him up. Here we go, guys. Tracy Rampage now will look to avenge the points put on the board by the Elite Squad. Let's see if they can get their offense up and running. And the team from the 209 gets brought down in the backfield for a 6-yard loss. And that'll bring up 2nd and 16.
Quarterback is sacked by Najee Hamilton. 5-yard loss on the play, 2nd down.
So they will mark that ball at the 35 after the sack.
Do you think that guy grew that tree on purpose to block the sun for the football field?
Tracy Rampage shut down there, going in the wrong direction. Ooh, that looked like a horse collar from here. Whether or not they're going to call it is a whole other story, but it looked like he had the back of his jersey and pulled him down by it, up around the neck area. And I could be wrong. I'm blind. I'm old.
No, that was a horse collar.
My broadcast partner says it was a horse collar, but they didn't see it. Or they're getting tired because this is their 370th game today, and they want to go home. So the Rampage get maybe a half a yard back, maybe a yard on that play. 3rd down and 14 now for the Tracy Rampage, and the elite squad looking to keep them down around this side of the field before forcing a punt. Flag down. That's going to look like a false start to me. Oh, no, it's going to go actually against the defense.
Against the elite squad.
So that's a big break now for the Tracy Rampage. And that makes this 3rd down much more manageable for the Tracy Rampage, as they only need about 10 now as opposed to 15. So possibly even up around 9 yards, just about 9.5. And I fell for the play action, so I missed the play there, but it looks like he got brought down in the backfield.
By Billy Cook.
So
brings up 4th down for the Rampage.
Your commentator bit on the play action was actually watching the play unfold up around the 45-yard line, even though there was no play at the 45-yard line. And the quarterback goes down about 4 yards back, loses 4 on it. It's going to bring up 4th and 14, and for some reason it looks like they're going to go for it. Nope, they're going to change their minds. Punt. Not sure what's going on here. They called for a punt, and something drew the elite squad off the line.
There was a whistle stating that the Rampage will be punting it.
So it looks like they called for a punt. The quarterback.
That will be a 20-yard punt by the Rampage, bringing up 1st down and 10 for the elite squad.
So they called for a punt, but the center snapped the ball.
That's the 43-yard line again.
And the elite squad said, okay, if you're going to snap it, we'll come in. And it's going to go to the 43, not the 42. Rich Andrade will get his math together shortly.
I didn't say that it was going to the 42. I said it's at the 43 again.
Oh, good job, buddy. He's getting better, Rich Andrade, the Highlands announcer.
No habla inglés, señora.
Let's go, Tracy Rampage. Junior novice cheer coach Jenna Velasco says. Velasco. So after the punt, the elite squad will take over at the 43-yard line. We saw this movie a moment ago, and it ended in a touchdown on the very first play. Shotgun, man in motion, and in slow motion, but he's going to get the ball, and he's no longer in slow motion, and we might see this movie on the other side of the field. Now they tried to push him out of bounds, and the referee's going to say he stepped out. Otherwise, he was going to the house again.
He stepped out of bounds at the 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the elite squad.
Junior novice cheer coach. I know my friend Elizabeth Silbernagel has some players that also play for the Tracy Rampage, but I think it's the older team that they play for as well. I've also seen those kids. They fight USFL Pancration, which is how I met the Silbernagel family and their kids, both really great athletes. Actually, I think their whole family is filled with great athletes, and I know that some of them do play for the Tracy Rampage. Not the team we're watching now, but the older team. So the elite squad's going to call a timeout with a little miscommunication between the coaches and the players, which is a little tough to do when the coach is on the field with you, but somehow they managed it. Walter Washington says, let's go elite. I know that name, Walter Washington. That must be senior, because we saw junior earlier running all over the field and scoring touchdowns. So with the timeout, we'll take a look at the scoreboard. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Elite Squad. So the sun now out of my eyes and firmly in the eyes of Rich Andrade. Thank you, Jesus. And here come the Elite Squad. After the timeout, they've talked it over. Also gives a little bit better view now for our producer who's in the next room having a hard time seeing through the window with the sun. And the Elite Squad brought down in the backfield. Huge open field tackle in the backfield there. And brought down deep for a 6-yard loss.
Number 5 of the Rampage as he brought down Nolan Hamilton in the backfield.
Unfortunately, we do not have a roster for the Tracy Rampage, but that was number 5 who got there and made that open field tackle. And a 6-yard loss netted on that play for the Elite Squad. And that, I believe, is the first time today that we've seen the Elite Squad lose 6 yards on a run play. So now they'll work from behind. 2nd and 16 for the Elite Squad from the 45-yard line of the Tracy Rampage. Looked for the handoff. That was a busted play. The guy who was supposed to get the handoff didn't look back, did not receive the handoff. And King Tari ended up carrying it himself.
1-yard line.
So for the 677th time this year, Rich Andrade has been corrected on how to pronounce a name. Sorry, 676. Here comes Elite. He's going to run to the outside. He saw a hole. He started to take it, and that actually stopped him from getting more yards. Had he stayed outside, I think he would have gotten further. So Daniels on the carry, and number 1 of the Rampage stops him. So 4th and long now, and this is a situation that the Elite Squad does not find themselves in often. 4th and long and having 2 plays blown up in a row. One of the issues before King Tari made his run earlier was that he went to hand it off, and it was a busted play. The running back did not know he was supposed to get the ball, so that sort of set them back. And then we had that open field, backfield tackle. And now, just now, I thought that going up on the inside was probably a mistake. It looked like he had more room to the outside, but he saw a hole, different field of vision, and he thought he could get through it. And now it's going to be 4th and 8. And they're going to go for it. So this is a big, big opportunity for the Tracy Rampage to shut down the Elite Squad and turn it over on downs. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to go against the offense, and that's going to back them up even further.
We have a delay of game call against the Elite Squad. That's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
So now you have to wonder if that's going to change their mind and make them punt, because now you're looking at a 4th and 15. Scratch that 4th and 14 rather than a 4th and 9. And you got to wonder if they're going to punt here, but it doesn't look like they are. So they're going to go for it. Tall order. Will they go to the air? We saw them do it earlier today. He's looking to go to the air. And he's going to get brought down deep and turn it over on downs at the 48-yard line of the Elite Squad.
Tackle by number 5.
So number 5 gets in there again, and he is pumped up.
Brought down Washington in the backfield. That is a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the Rampage.
So the Elite Squad came out, immediately had like a 56-yard run for a touchdown, 47-yard run for a touchdown, and all of the sudden, we thought it was going to get blown up quickly, but the Tracy Rampage came out and said, hey, we're here to play football too, and they just shut the Elite Squad down on that entire possession, and now they take over at the 48-yard line of the Elite Squad, and here come the Tracy Rampage. Garen Harris, president of Tracy Rampage Football. Nice to see him joining in. Your team's looking good right now, man. Some good defense right there.
Timeout as they fix the yard markers.
The Elite Squad, a tough team. We saw them earlier today, and these Tracy Rampage players were able to turn on some really nice defense right there and turn it over on downs, and 2 backfield tackles for big losses.
is sacked by Walter Washington, who blew through the offensive line.
So Walter Washington, we saw his dad on the live stream, and there he is again, and he has been playing football on both sides of the ball here all day at the Cali Bowl as they played earlier this morning. And now he gets inside and shuts that play down for a big loss. So right now it's a battle of defenses. Really the only difference is that big, huge run earlier that resulted in a touchdown for the elite squad. Aside from that, we've had a defensive struggle here from both teams. Really good defensive battle. And now it's a nice run to get back the yards that they lost. That'll bring up third down.
Number 2 on the carry for the Rampage, brought down by Billy Cook. That brings up third down for the Tracy Rampage at the 50-yard line. That sound means it is the end of the quarter.
So that'll end the first quarter, 7-0, elite squad. And like I said, guys, that was really just one play that put that 7 points on the board. Well, obviously the PAT as well, but one play resulted in that touchdown. Aside from that, the Tracy Rampage has done a tremendous job of shutting down the elite squad, and vice versa. The elite squad has played great defense as well. So what we have is a big defensive battle going on right now in Yuba City. Just that one single play that got away from them and put those points on the board could end up being a huge factor in this game, considering how well both these defenses are playing right now in this 8U championship game. And really, when you have a big defensive game like this, a big defensive battle, it really can come down to one score. And it was quite early on in the game. In fact, it was the first play that the elite squad ran here today. So the Rampage needing to get something going on the offensive side of the football. Hand off to 2, and he's going to get brought down in the backfield for a loss. So they lost some yardage, gained it back, and now they're going to lose the same yardage. It's going to bring up 4th and long. And I got to believe we're going to see a punt here. The ball all the way down inside the 45. We're going to get a punt. And that'll be a 20-yard movement, and the ball will go to the elite squad.
The ball is going to be punted. That is a 20-yard punt by the Rampage.
So the Tracy Rampage fail to find anything here on the offensive side of the football and end up punting it to the elite squad. But as we've just been speaking about, they have shown that they can stop them defensively. So really, if they can continue that momentum on the defensive side of the football, just give themselves some more chances and sneak one in like the elite squad did and try to put some numbers on the board and maybe get a tie game going here. But right now, the elite squad starting at the 35-yard line, their own 35-yard line, and looking to break another big run or a big pass and get downfield. Big chunky yardage is the key in these youth football games. It's usually what it's decided on. Timeout called by the Tracy Rampage.
By the Tracy Rampage.
So while we have a timeout, guys, let me remind you there is one more championship game coming up here tonight at 6 p.m. That will be our 14U showcase match, and the winner of that game will walk away with the championship rings, the championship trophy helmet for the coach, and be crowned the best 14U team here at the Cali Bowl. And that'll be immediately following this game at 6 p.m. Final game of the day. I want to send a shout out to everyone who's been joining us on the live streams, on Facebook, on YouTube, here in the stadium, and all the teams that came out. So stick around for that 14U showcase game. Should be a great matchup. But that being said, we have a great matchup going on right now defensively in this 8U game. Tracy Rampage in white, elite squad in gray. They have the football. 1st and 10. And he got back there quickly, number 1 did. Does not make the tackle, but slows him down enough for someone else to make the tackle. And number 1... And somebody in the chat, Tracy Rampage, we don't have a roster for Tracy. If you could tell me who number 1 is, because I feel like that ball, as soon as it got to the quarterback, he was in there and ready for business. And he is the reason that sack happened, because he had his hands on him immediately. He did get the handoff off. But that tackle happened because of number 1. He had him way deep back there, and for that, they've lost 10 yards on that play. Patton seems to be the last name of number 1. And he has been playing really good football here today. Little guy, too. So 0 went into motion one direction, went around the quarterback in the other direction. And right now, the Tracy Rampage are shutting down the elite squad offense, and that is something we did not think we would see. So number 1. So number 1 for the Rampage is Kyrie Patton, and he is playing like a beast here today. Thank you, Jenna Velasco and Jaron Harris, for that information. Also, Jaron Harris, you're the president of the Tracy Rampage. You need to tell these guys to bring us a roster so we can say their names on the live stream, and my buddy here can say it over the speakers. We have no roster for you guys. Make a phone call. You probably know the coach, right? So Kyrie Patton and the Tracy Rampage defense have really shut down this elite squad offense, and in fact, they're calling a timeout to try to think things over with 3rd and extremely long. And that is something we did not see in their earlier game today, was them get shut down like this by a defense, and the Tracy Rampage came to play. And there's a reason they're in this championship game against the elite squad. Mary Young, let's get it, boys. JV cheer coach. Brittany Bluford says, go Samuel, number 6. We love you, Papa and BB. Jaron Harris, it's very easy, buddy. voiceofchampions@yahoo.com. voiceofchampions@yahoo.com. If you can shoot that over, I'll send it to my buddy Rich, and we will get that up and running. Or HighlandsAnnouncer@gmail.com. That works as well. HighlandsAnnouncer@gmail.com. Either one of those, Jaron, or both. And I hope it's Jaron and not Garen. If I'm saying it wrong, you can slap me later. Elite squad, 3rd in the world. And they're going for it. He drops the pass.
The pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down for the elite squad.
Thank you, Garen, or Jaron. I'll just say Mr. Harris. Coach Harris.
Niners won today, 34-26 over the Vikings.
So Rich Andrade says that the Niners have won today, and I say, who cares? Let's go Falcons. Dirty Birds, rise up. Listen, don't act like you don't know the worst team in the NFL. They're in every news story. Go Hardy, number 12 on the Tracy Rampage. From his aunties. So incomplete, turnover on downs now. The Tracy Rampage defense stays in charge. And this time, they're going to turn it over deep into enemy territory. So the Rampage now will have a shot from the 22-yard line of the elite squad. And now if they can get through this defense, they have a good shot here to get into the end zone and tie this football game up. Tanya Walker, I did say it. Go Hardy, number 12 on the Tracy Rampage from his aunties. I said it. I said it. You didn't hear it. I'll tell you what, I'm super impressed by both these teams' defense. Tracy Rampage now needs to turn on some offense. Just 22 yards separates them from 6 points. And they desperately need them with 6 minutes, 25 seconds left to go here in the first half. Try to get some numbers on the board before we end this first half of football and come out in the second. So here come the Tracy Rampage offense, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Lights are on here These young 8-year-olds playing under the lights in the stadium on the live stream. Got to be cool for them as they pick up a few yards there.
Number 4 on the carry for the Rampage. 1 yard gain on the play, second down.
So I'm going to ask a question to Rich Andrade. Rich Andrade, where is the elite squad from? It's a travel team from Northern California, I believe. I just don't. Possibly Stockton area. I think that is what they said, Stockton Elite. So they are from the 209. So it's a 209 battle, Stockton versus Tracy. Luckily for Tracy, the Diaz brothers are not in this battle. Here comes the snap, second down and 9. Number 2 has the ball. He's stutter stepping, looking for an opening, turns up the sideline, maybe got 2 out of it. That'll bring up third down and about 7.
Number 2 on the carry to the left-hand side, 1 yard gain on the play, brings the ball inside the 20-yard line.
Mary Young says, let's go, number 7, Ronnie Ostovich. So the Rampage at least chipping away here somewhat. 3rd and 8. Gonna have to do a little bit more to get to that end zone. And man, did he get in there quickly.
Quarterback is sacked by Walter Washington.
So Walter Washington, who we talked about a little bit earlier on, just a little bit earlier on, and his dad is here in the live stream. Walter Washington again doing it on both sides of the football. And just like earlier when we saw Patton get in quickly, Walter Washington got in quickly as well.
From your aunties. And a shout out that says, let's go, number 7, Ronnie Ostovich.
So back them up to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 4th and 10 now. And they're going to need a big play here with some big yardage to keep this drive alive. He's going to turn the corner, but he's going to get his jersey grabbed. He's going to get brought down in the backfield. Whistles are going to be blown. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
The ball on the left-hand side, he's brought down in the backfield.
So turnover on downs, and again, a defensive struggle.
They are televised. Just go to the California Bowl Facebook page. You will find the link to the YouTube channel. Share that link on your Facebook page. Send it to a text to your next door neighbor, to your grandma, to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or your mistress, whichever you prefer. Currently, we have 35 viewers on the live feed.
So again, it continues to be a defensive battle here in Yuba City at Honker Field. And turnover on downs will bring up Stockton Elite.
That will bring up first down and 10 for the Elite squad out of Stockton.
So some 209 on 209 crime. 3 minutes, 58 seconds left to play in the first half. Elite squad of Stockton leads by 7, and they now have the football after a turnover on downs. Not as good a starting field position as the Tracy Rampage had, but the Elite squad of Stockton have shown that they can break for some fairly big yards. Let's go number 98, Cruz LaBoy, says Jenny Velasco. Cheer, coach. And if this defensive struggle continues and this game is won on literally one play, that would be amazing. 8U championship game. Love to see the defenses out there. Coming up the middle, Kingtari, and he'll push a little further and get about 5 or 6 yards out of that.
Kingtari Johnson on the carry up the middle.
And I'm going to check my email and see if Garen Harris sent me a roster.
Second down.
Not yet, unless it's in my spam. So the Elite squad now, that'll bring up about 2nd and maybe 6. As the Tracy Rampage defense continues to do their job. It gets darker and darker. The sun is going down. The lights are coming on. Flag down on the play.
Kingtari is brought down in the backfield. Did have a penalty flag on the play. Penalty is against the elite squad, and that penalty is declined.
I'm going to type that here. It's going to be, send it to Highlands announcer
We have 2 penalties on the play.
at gmail.com. I'm going to type it into the chat, my friend. And that ought to get it to him. Let's go, Jacob. Number 13 from your uncle in Germany, Edward A.
Penalty against the elite squad. Another penalty against the Rampage.
Those will offset, I would think. Penalties will offset. So Highlands announcer at Gmail. That should be coming to you, Rich. Sorry, guys, if I sound a little tired. This is my, I want to say, 9th game of the weekend. Second time seeing the elite squad, though, so I'm super pumped about that. And I am excited to watch these these Tracy Rampage players. King Tari up the sideline, turns the corner, breaks free, got some daylight all the way down to the 45.
King Tari on the carry to the right-hand side, getting the first down.
So King Tari.
Couple shout-outs. Let's go number 98, Cruz LaBoy. Shout-out to number 44.
By the way, guys, when you send these shout-outs, I'm giving them on the live stream, and Rich Andrade, the Highlands announcer, is giving them in stadium. So you're getting double shout-outs. So we've had guys in New Zealand, Australia, Hawaii, Germany watching the live stream today. That's always nice to see. Shawnee Styles says, go Lil Walter. That's her nephew, and he has been playing like a beast all weekend. Walter Washington, one of the best players in this tournament that we have seen. Here he comes for the elite squad. Turning the corner again, cuts back, juke, cuts inside, what a cut! 30, 25, all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Huge run for Sammy Daniels.
And that was Sammy Daniels on that run.
First down and a whole lot more.
And the foot movement and the way he sees the field, the way he changes directions at 8 years old is amazing.
For the elite squad.
He sees those holes, he cuts back, he's jab stepping, he's juking, he's moving left. Little spin moves here and there. This kid can actually run. Hey, I just got handed money by some random stranger. This ain't enough, man. So good run by Sammy there. Finds the openings, shucking and jiving all the way down to the 22-yard line. Looked like a direct snap. All the way up to the, looks like the 19.
Aiden Vickers on the carry, brought down by number 2.
So Vickers on the carry. He'll get brought down by number 2 of the Tracy Rampage. And now the elite squad is threatening, and they are making big chunks up and moving down the field. And they are in the red zone and threatening a touchdown now. Sammy, number 6, hashtag elite, Brittany Bluford, sorry. Tell the cameraman to keep the camera on the game. Well, he should put it on me, really. Go Aiden Vickers and Billy Cook. Grandma's watching you from New Orleans. New Orleans. I have some New Orleans trivia. Did you know that Lee Harvey Oswald did 2 radio interviews in New Orleans just a month before he shot John F. Kennedy? Up the middle now. And the ball is fumbled, but it's picked up by the elite squad, and they'll actually get a few more yards out of the fumble, and that'll get them all the way up to the 10-yard line.
Elite squad bring the ball to what looks like the 10-yard line. Brought down by Kyrie Patton and Alfred Longstreet.
Also, Teddy Robinson from New Orleans. If you have not read the book, A Confederacy of Dunces, you should. It is about New Orleans, and it's great. So Garen Harris, the president of the Tracy Rampage, actually mailed Rich Andrade the roster. So now we have it. Anyway, Teddy Robinson, you got to look up that book by John Kennedy Toole, A Confederacy of Dunces. Probably one of the greatest books ever written, and it's all about New Orleans in the 60s.
There is a timeout on the field.
Go Raymond, number 66 from Mom.
After the timeout, 26.7 seconds left of this first half.
So 26.7 seconds left. As we have a timeout, the score remains 7-0, and that one score was on one lone play, the first play of the drive, and it was a huge run that went to the house. And since then, no one has even come close to scoring a touchdown, so this has been a very good defensive struggle. Made in Malaysia says, why is the cameraman not following them? He's slow. Laugh out loud. And I think she's talking about the runner being slow. The cameraman is very tired. Also, just so you guys know, we have one cameraman and producer. He is handling all the cameras himself from his laptop. This is our first time working with him. He's doing a great job. And literally, he is producing, moving from camera to camera, and there are no cameramen. He's handling them all remotely, so he's doing everything he can, I promise. And I think it looks pretty good. Go Loki, number 52, Elites. Jakey Poo, number 13. Anthony Martinez, I hate you for making me say Jakey Poo. From Auntie and Uncle. Nah, you my dude, Anthony. So brought down for a loss. And the Elite squad looking to punch it into the end zone with just 3 seconds left. They're going to have to get this play off quickly. He feints the throw. And now he's going to turn up the sideline. If he can beat him, he might get in here. And he tries to bulldoze his way in, stop just short. And that will end the first half.
That will bring us to the end of the first half.
So that brings us to the end of the first half. The Elite squad threatened, did not get into the end zone again, but they still lead 7-0 over the Tracy Rampage. Great football game here. I love seeing Walter Washington out there and a lot of these Tracy kids as well. 8U championship on the line. It is halftime. We'll be right back with the second half of football. All right, here we go, guys. We are back with the second half of the 8U Cali Bowl 2021 championship, where right now the Stockton Elite Squad leads the Tracy Rampage 7-0 with 2 quarters of football left to play. And the story of this game has been the defense on both sides of the football. And that one score comes from one lone run play that was about 47 yards, 57 yards, my apologies, to the end zone. And that's where they came up with that first 6 points, and they punched in the extra point for one more, and it's 7-0. But since then, it's been all defense for both teams. And it's the Elite Squad in the bluish-gray uniforms, and the white uniforms go to the Tracy Rampage. 8U, guys, so we do have a running clock. And this is the championship game. The winners of this game will walk away back to the 209 with those rings on their fingers, whichever team it may be, those championship rings from Brent Chris Gray and A2K Sports. And, of course, the coach will have that helmet. Coming up immediately following this game will be the final game of the Cali Bowl 2021. It's our 14U Showcase Championship game, our biggest kids. And they'll be coming up just around 6 p.m., the top of the hour at 6 o'clock. But right now we have the Elite Squad of Tracy taking on the Stockton taking on the Tracy Rampage. I was told earlier to focus more on the game, so I plan to talk a lot more about my life during this game and let everyone know I am in charge of this microphone. Chemo Laatolia, something like that. I don't remember what it was. Here we go, guys. So we will start off the second half. Again, no kickoffs and no punts. The ball starts at the 40-yard line. So let's see what we have here from the Elite Squad. They're going to come out firing. They were threatening toward the end of that half. And you see the coaches will shuffle around the players and help them get in position here at this 8U level. And number 7 has the ball. He's going to drive up, goes to the outside, gets about 3 yards out of it.
Washington on the carry, brought down by the young man with no numbers on his jersey.
So the flags were in the wrong spot, unfortunately, so now they're trying to figure that out. It looked like he got about 3 on the play. I believe the ball started at the 40. So I think, I want to say that the flag should be at the 40-yard line. I mean, Rich Andrade, that starts at the 40, correct? No. But to start the half, okay. Yeah, it should have started at the 40, correct, to start the half? That's where they started, so I believe the flag is in the wrong spot. And I'm sure that's going to get addressed by the referees soon. Up the side, it could have started. Well, even then, the flag's in the wrong spot. So there is some confusion there, but that's a nice run by the Elite Squad. Up the right side. And they'll pick up a few more, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. So 3rd and 3 now. If the flags are in the right position, it's 3rd and 3. Otherwise, it's 3rd and 5. So again, there's a bit of confusion there because the ball would definitely not start at the 38 to begin the half. Looks like he's going to get enough depending on.
Cook on the carry, gets close to the first down marker.
Looks like he might just be shy. See how they're going to call this.
Brought down by half of the defense.
So the marker is right in front of the flag.
That is a first down.
So they are going to call this a first down. So hopefully we can move the flags now and get back into position. And we are not going to move the flags. So it's a first down, but the chains do not move. Very confused. Okay, here we go. All right, now we got that under control. Let's get back to the game. The Elite Squad now moves the chains. Fresh set of downs. They are on offense, leading by 7. 7 minutes, 49 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Tracy Rampage trail, but playing good defense, as are the Stockton Elite. Flag down on the play.
Penalty flag on the play.
So we await to see what the flag is going to be for. Here comes the crew chief.
We have a sideline warning.
So a sideline warning against the Rampage. So that's going to go against the coach.
First warning of the game.
So sideline warning out of nowhere for the Tracy Rampage. Not sure what was said or what was done. Can't hear that from up here. But that'll be the first warning of the game for the Tracy Rampage. And it is 1st and 10 now for the team leading by 7, the Stockton Elite. And it's very dark down there, guys. I'm having a hard time seeing these jerseys. Handoff. Tries to take it outside. Looks like he's going to lose a yard.
Jordan York on
And
the
that's
carry.
Jordan York on the carry. And he's going to
Initially
lose
hit by
one.
Ronnie Ostovich.
So Ostovich takes him down with a little help from his friends. And that'll bring up 2nd and 11.
So 1 yard loss on the play. 2nd down and 11 for the elite squad.
So Elite Squad loses one on the run by York after the Ostovich tackle. In motion. And it is a reverse, and he's got some open field if he stays to the outside. Cuts in the middle, uses his blocker, cuts back to the 40 and the 35, pushing his way up to the 32-yard line before he gets brought down.
Vickers on the carry.
So Vickers on a big carry and a big chunk of yardage
A whole lot more. Brings the ball way down
for the Elite Squad of Stockton.
32-yard line, where the elite squad will have 1st down and 10.
So fresh set of downs after the big run by Vickers. And they are down now at the 32-yard line of the Rampage. It is getting dark as the lights have not fully come on yet, but I know these kids are liking playing under these lights at 8 years old. So it looks like, I guess according to Rich, that'll be the full brightness here tonight. Fresh set of downs, here we go. Somebody jumped. False start.
We have a 5-yard penalty as number 1, Jordan York, jumps early.
So the crew chief did call false start that time on Jordan York. As the fans have quieted down, I can hear the crew chief from up here in the booth and actually hear what that call is. So 5 yards back. Number 5 on the carry. Cuts it out to the right, all the way down to the 25, pushing up toward the 20 before being brought down, which looks like enough for a 1st down and then some. And he'll move the chains again. Some good running now from the Stockton Elite.
On the carry for the elite squad, brought down by Balaji.
So Balaji on the tackle. $39 people in the chat. Thanks for stopping by, guys, to watch this 8U championship game here at the Cali Bowl. Right now, driving down the field is the Stockton Elite on the backs of 2 big runs. One by Jordan York. Number 6 has the ball now, cuts it to the outside, changes direction, stutter steps back up the middle, and he's still on the run. Nice little stiff arm there, and now he's going to get brought down for, it looks like a 1-yard loss, and he went down hard. Sammy Daniels.
Goes to his left, goes to his right, spins around, cuts back towards the left, finally brought down by Kyrie Patton.
So he got brought down hard by Patton, Sammy Daniels did. The coaches immediately pushed the field, and the crew chief said, you got to get off the field. Obviously caring about their running back there. And that's going to be a referee's timeout, I believe. Injury timeout. He should be okay, looks to be okay. Man, he was changing directions left and right before getting brought down hard. And he's gonna have to sit one out. And he did lose a yard on that play, so that's gonna bring up 2nd and 11. So the elite squad, 2nd and long but they are down around the red zone. Number 5 has the ball. He'll cut up the middle, pick up a few, get them over the 20 into the red zone. So Billy Cook on the carry.
Brought down by Garcia Chavez.
So Chavez on the tackle, stops the bleeding momentarily. And again, we've seen this part of the movie before. The elite squad gets down in and around the red zone, gives it a lot of tries, but they get stopped by this really good defense of the Tracy Rampage. And again, it's gone that way on the other side of the field as well. So again, just a defensive struggle aside from that one big run. 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Elite still leads 7-0, and they are threatening. 3rd and about 8. Number 3 has the ball, cuts it up on the inside. He finds the room. Stiff arm at the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, elite squad. Or maybe he stepped out.
Nyland Hamilton on the carry.
I'm not sure what the call is. It looked like he got into the end zone there. Again, it's kind of dark out here from our vantage point, but I thought he got in. There might have been a flag down. I heard a whistle. We're going to see. It looks like a flag. It looks like the crew chief is coming this way. So let's see what we got. Very confusing. And I can't see it.
We have an inadvertent whistle on the play. We are going to replay the down.
Replay the down. That's crazy. So they're going to call that back after an amazing run because of an inadvertent whistle. And now if they're replaying the down, the marker's in the wrong spot because they actually were at 3rd and about 7. So I don't understand what's going on here. Now it's 3rd and 10, and they're replaying the down after a non-call. Inadvertent whistle. There's some confusion here now because they definitely had 3rd and 7, not 3rd and 10. Well, there's definitely some confusion. So you have the inadvertent whistle, which, by the way, negates a 20-yard touchdown run, and that's one thing that's bad. Now you have the down marker being moved back to the original line of scrimmage, which is not where it was. That play started at the 20-yard line. The ball should be spotted at the 20-yard line if they are going to play the down over. So the referees need to get control of this football game at this point. And they are going to converse some more and try to figure out if between the 4 of them they can figure out what the hell just happened. Again, the confusion is immense, Rich Andrade. So I'm just going to kind of stay out of this until we figure out what they're going to do here. But I can tell you that, to my best recollection, that play started from the 20-yard line. And so if you're going to play it over, okay, so they're going to move that back up. Well, actually, he's going to move it way up there. Okay, so now they're going to call him out down at the 10. So I guess that's going to bring up 1st down. I have no idea what just happened.
So after a long conversation, they're going to roll the ball down where the inadvertent whistle happened. That will be 1st and goal for the elite squad.
So the bad news is you negate the 20-yard touchdown, but the good news is you get the 1st down and the fresh set of downs. But you got to wonder if they don't end up punching it into the end zone here, if there's not going to be some sort of protest from the elite squad. But they kind of met in the middle there, Rich Andrade. I guess they said, you're not going to give you the touchdown, but we're not going to move you back to the 20, so we'll put you at the 10. Walter Washington up the middle. He's a beast. All the way inside the 5-yard line.
Walter Washington on the carry. Brought down by the Rampage at what looks like the 3-yard line. That will bring up 2nd down and goal.
So 2nd down and goal now. Short yardage to get 6 more after the called back touchdown. So they figured it out to an extent. And now the elite squad has the football, and they're looking for the end zone. And he's going to get stopped short at the 1 yard line. Nice tackle there, one-on-one.
Billy Cook on the carry.
So Cook goes up the middle and gets met at the 1 yard line. And it was a 1v1 and he got brought down.
Brought down at the 1 yard line.
Love Aiden, number 2, David, number 5, and Rico, number 0, Stockton Elite.
I believe that was Kingston Merchant on the tackle.
Joe sent me a shout out, but I don't think I can give it because I'm only supposed to talk about the football game, she said. So I won't be able to give that one, I don't think. I was only told to talk about the football game by Joe. Now Joe wants me to give a shout out. I'm confused. And it looks like a touchdown now for the Elite squad as they're going to put 6 more on the board. Both officials showing touchdown now. And I'm just messing with you, Joe. Joe says, let's go, Billy, number 5.
Corey Johnson.
My buddy Joe, who didn't want me to talk about the game, anything but the game, wants me to say, let's go, Billy, number 5. So I will. He also put up the flexing arms. I like that, Billy. Touchdown, Elite squad. They'll put 6 more on the board. 13-0 for Stockton. The Tracy Rampage putting up a valiant battle right now, but just proving to be a really tough offense to stop is the Elite squad. Tuddy Robinson, I did not find the refs, so I don't know. And he's not going to get it in, stopped from behind, and he loses the ball. So nice stop there for the Tracy Rampage. But the score is now 13-0 with just under 1 minute to play in the third quarter, and the Tracy Rampage is going to have to find some offense soon as the 8U championship hangs in the balance, and they trail by 13. Shout out to Brent Chris Gray, A2K Sports, the Chamber of Commerce here in Yuba City High School. Of course, all the other high schools in the area who lent their fields to us for this weekend's tournament. And of course, all the teams who came out, all you guys on the live stream from Germany, from Hawaii, New Zealand. I saw Mississippi a little while ago, Australia. Nice to see all you guys supporting these kids. Olive Branch, Mississippi. Go Billy Cook, says Kim Cook. Go number 2, Aiden Vickers from Grandma Kim, watching in Olive Branch, Mississippi. And there I go, not talking about the game. So here we go, guys. Tracy Rampage will start at the 40-yard line. They need to find some offense quickly. That's number 4 with the carry. He's brought down in the backfield.
Norwood brought down in the backfield.
So Norwood will lose about 3. They're going to mark that at the 37-yard line. Nope, now they're going to move it back up. I think I'm going to wait to say where they're going to mark it until they figure it out. I'm not sure. So the down marker is definitely in the wrong place, as he's not even lined up on the same hash mark as the ball. And they'll push up past the original line of scrimmage. So he'll get about 2, and he'll push past the original line of scrimmage and bring up 3rd and 9 for the Tracy Rampage.
And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter.
So the third quarter will come to an end, 13-0. It is Stockton over Tracy, and 1 more quarter of football left to play. And the Tracy Rampage have the ball, 3rd and 9 as we enter into the fourth quarter. More football coming your way, and don't forget, immediately following this game, it is the 14U Championship Showcase game brought to you by A2K Sports. And that's going to be a great game as well. So we'll switch sides, and it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Tracy Rampage. Next game coming up is Lassen. That's right, Austin Simone. He said, let's go number R, which is probably a typo. Bradley Simone, Beast Mode Brad, number 84, Elias Brown, touchdown Brown. And I will actually tell you right now Bradley Siamoni is actually number 7, not number R, Dad, or Grandpa, or cousin, or uncle. Beast Mode Brad and Touchdown Brown. I like both of those nicknames. Coming up next in the Lassen Grizzlies game. But right now it's the Tracy Rampage who has the football, 3rd and 9, looking to put some points on the board. And they're going to have that play blown up as well. The ball came loose.
Ball appeared to pop out on the play.
So now they're going to talk about it. It's going to go the way of Stockton. So ball fumbled, and Stockton Elite picks it up. So the team leading by 13 has forced the fumble and recovered it, and they will take over after the turnover. Something was just thrown onto the field from the sideline. Something in addition to the ball. It was red off to the side, but it was picked up. So the Stockton Elite take over, 1st and 10. It looks like the 42-yard line of the Tracy Rampage as they lead 13-0 with 9 minutes, 52 seconds left to play in the game. Number 1 has the ball, is going to turn the corner up to the 30, all the way inside the 25. Flag down way back by the 40-yard line. False start, so that play is not going to count.
At the 43-yard line.
So they're going to call a false start on the offense. That was an awfully late call.
Penalty against the elite squad, negating the long run by York.
So Jordan York has another one of his runs negated on a penalty, and that ball will come back. And they will subtract 5 yards and play that down over. And that'll bring up 1st and 15. For the Stockton Elite here at Yuba City Honkers Field. King Tari has the ball. He'll turn up inside. He's going to break a couple tackles and force his way back up to the spot of the foul and right up back to the original line of scrimmage. Cynthia Kishbaugh says Nanabu waiting on the beast mode. Brad, number 7.
Brought down by C.J. Norwood and Zion Edwards.
So Zion and Norwood on the tackle. King Tari on the carry. He gets them almost back up to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 2nd and 11. Jim Cooley, the voice of champions, bringing you all the action at the Cali Bowl. Just this game and one more game to go this weekend for 2021's Cali Bowl. And the next one's going to be a good one, 14U Showcase Championship match. And the ball is bobbled. The man in motion, and now he's going to run in the wrong direction. And he's going to get brought down all the way back at the 44-yard line.
Ball is bobbled on a handoff.
They're going to spot it at the 45.
Down in the backfield.
So York got caught up in the moment after the bobble and tried to take off, but he took off in the wrong direction, and he's going to lose quite a few on that. Approximately 13 yards. And all that started with the bad snap that was bobbled just a little bit, and then they tried for the handoff, and that was bobbled as well. But firmly in control of the football game is the Stockton Elite. But this is 3rd in the universe here for a first down. Looking like about 25 yards. King Tari is going to break for a few.
King Tari Johnson on the carry. brought down by C.J. Norwood as well as Garcia Chavez. That's going to bring out 4th down for the elite squad.
Chavez and Norwood on the tackle. King Tari goes down. He picked up a few, but it's still about 23 yards. Scratch that, about 20 yards now for a first down. 4th and very, very long. And apparently they are going to go for it, even though they're leading. And could probably punt this down the field and let their defense do their job. But they have opted to go for it. He's going to have some room, and I guess this is why I don't coach football. The 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Stockton.
On the reverse, the ball's handed off to Sammy Daniels, who carries the ball all the way down the right-hand side of the field into the end zone for an elite squad touchdown.
So just as I was saying I would punt this ball with a 13-point lead, Sammy Daniels said, well, you might punt the ball, but I'll just run it into the end zone. So touchdown for Stockton Elite, 19-0, 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the game. Championship hangs in the balance, and right now it is looking like the Stockton Elite is going to be taking those rings home to the 209. Joe says, yes, sir. And yeah, that was a great run. Sammy Daniels proving to be an amazing football player this weekend here at the Cali Bowl. Walter Washington, there's a lot of guys out there playing on this team that are monstrous. Very impressed with this Stockton team.
On the PAT.
So penalty down on the PAT.
Substitution infraction on the elite squad.
And
that is a 5-yard penalty and replay of the PAT.
So they'll replay the PAT after the penalty. But the story of this game has been the running backs of the Stockton Elite squad who have broke for these gigantic numbers. Both of their touchdowns, well, 2 of their 3 touchdowns have been over 50 yards. That's got to be a horse collar as he's taken down. Apparently not. So no PAT there, but they still lead 19-0, 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in this championship game. And it looks like Stockton is well on their way to getting those championship rings and handing that helmet over to their coaching staff. And you love to see these 8-year-olds cheering themselves on, having a good time. Unfortunately, someone's got to lose, but the Tracy Rampage proved themselves this weekend at the Cali Bowl as they made it all the way to the championship game, and they're putting on a great defensive clinic earlier on, but you do get tired. They played, earlier in this tournament, and, these are young kids, 8 years old, but they are athletes, and they are doing the best that they can right now against this Stockton Elite squad team who has proved to be one of the better teams in this tournament at all age groups. Brittany Bluford says, Sammy number 6, go grandson, and he did all the way to the end zone. I can hear that coach all the way up here, number four. And he's going to break. Look at this. They're going to answer back. Here comes Tracy right on his tail. 10-5, touchdown Rampage. And now they break for a big run, and this is a football game. 6 minutes, 5 seconds left to play.
For the Tracy Rampage.
And what a run that was.
They brought that young man to the sidelines, put on his Lambo feeties because he was all gas and no brakes.
The score is actually not 13-0 correct on the screen. I don't know what it is right now, but it's 19-6 at this moment. It was 19-0. But after that big run, it is 19-6. Quentin Patton, I don't think the Stockton Elite players are 10 years old. The books are down there, and everybody's checked them. We do a really good job of vetting the books, making sure everyone's good. I know your coaches even went and looked at them. So it's 19-6 right now. And after the big run by Sammy Daniels, the running back for Tracy says, whatever you can do, I can do better. Watch this. And he breaks out and runs for his own touchdown. So now they got to punch one of these in, and they're stopped short. So they're still down by 13, but there are 6 minutes left to play.
Attempt is no good. That was C.J. Norwood with the attempt.
Okay, so that answers that. The touchdown was made by the kid who has no number on his jersey. Have no idea who that is. Unless it's number 0, which I saw come up in the... So that's probably him. And that came up earlier in the feed. Someone said number 0. Well, that's what I mean. Oh. But someone said that on here. I'll scroll through and see if I can find it. 19-6. We can see the glare in the window. Yeah, so can I. We don't know who made the touchdown, Ms. Major. We're trying to figure that out now. He has no number on his jersey, and we don't have a 0 on the roster, so we're not too sure who that was. Whoever he was, he runs very fast. So Tracy Rampage on the board, 6-19, 6 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in this championship game. And now Tracy has shown that they can score. They just need to get the football back. So it's up to their defense now to try to stop this amazing Stockton elite team.
Timeout taken by the elite squad. It's a timeout, so shout it out.
No number.
Game after this game.
No number was an added player. Shaking my head. They added older players. Well, he could be an added player, but I think we're making a pretty big assumption by saying he's an older player. We don't really know. Plus, I'm pretty sure.
Flex players. So he could be from another team within the area.
Yeah, you're allowed 6 flex players, so it could be from another team. He definitely could have poached him from another team, but I'm pretty sure he had his birth certificate on hand. But you guys are up 19-6. You're doing well.
You're up by 13. You're saying that kid is a little player.
So we'll see. So here come the Stockton Elite. They lead by 13 points with 6 minutes, 5 seconds left to play in this championship game here at the Cali Bowl, 2021 Honkers Field. Up the middle, and he's taken down after about a 5-yard gain. Big tackle there.
Billy Cook on the carry. We did have a flag on the play. It's a 5-yard penalty.
So the
against
flag
the elite
will be
squad,
against the elite
as
squad.
Someone jumped early.
So with the false start,
That brings up first down and 15
instead of a
for the elite
5-yard
squad
gain and
at
having
their own
second,
35-yard line.
instead of a 5-yard gaining, having 2nd and 5, you now have a 1st and 15 situation. So you really you lose 10 yards on that penalty, not just 5, even though it's only a 5-yard penalty. We watched them try to sub in another number 1. They wanted to add some of their 10-year-olds. Okay. I guess. I don't know. Are we talking about the Rampage, Ms. Major? Like, which team are you saying wanted to sub in their older players? Here we go. Here comes the Stockton Elite. Snap is low, and he bobbles it. It was on the ground. He was able to pick it back up, but he's taken down around the 31-yard line.
By the Rampage, that was C.J. Norwood getting the credit for the sack.
Yeah, I don't know much about the books or
Second down.
what age everyone is. I just go by what they tell me on the roster. They just give me a ton of money to come here and talk about the football games. I don't really know anything else. I know Brent Chris Gray is the guy if you want to yell at someone. Brent Chris Gray. You can find him on Facebook. By the way, I just gave you guys a tutorial on how to get fired. 19-6, guys. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left to play in this game. And the Elite Squad up by 13. And another bad snap, but we do have a flag down on the play.
Another whistle on the field.
Elite Squad has some monstrous players on their team. Big, strong kids at 8 years old.
Against the Elite Squad, that is 5 more yards.
So the story of this...
Second down and 20.
So the story of this drive for the Elite Squad is that they've lost 15 yards almost, and all of it is almost all on penalties. So they've backed themselves up pretty good here. Teddy Robinson, no one put in any older kids. In fact, the number one player that she was talking about was not subbed in, so I'm not really sure, but it's all 8-year-olds on the field. Just so you guys know, there are books that have birth certificates in them with pictures and all sorts of documentation that each coach is required to carry for every player on the field, including flex players. Interception! Tracy Rampage picks up the ball. And the books were checked before this game by both coaches, coaches by both teams. And those coaches were cool with the books, and they both agreed to play the game. So if the coaches were okay with the players on the field, I'm pretty sure everyone else can be okay with the players on the field. Coaches did have a chance to check out everyone's books. Thank you, Alexander Nicholas Cook. I appreciate that, brother. So the Rampage intercept the ball, and now if they can punch one in with still 4 minutes left to play, we got a big football game going here for this 8U championship. You guys can also yell at me on Instagram, @VoiceOfChampions. I like getting yelled at. Here comes the snap. 1st and 10. Whistle blows. Dead play.
Penalty flag on the play. That is a 5-yard
That's going to go against the Elite Squad, and that's going to be another 5 yards picked up for the Tracy Rampage. So 1st and 5 from the 23-yard line-ish for the Tracy Rampage. So 1st and 5 from the 23-yard line as they are threatening again. And they're pushing up the field close to that 1st down marker. And you got every player from both teams in on that scrum right there.
Number 0 on the carry brings the ball down into the 19-yard line.
And it looks like they got enough for a first, maybe just 1 yard shy.
Inside the 19-yard line, that's going to bring up
second inches.
Down and about a foot to go for the Tracy Rampage.
So 2nd and a foot for the Tracy Rampage. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to go. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left. I apologize, was not keeping track here throughout the second half, but they do trail by 13. They do need 2 scores and at least 1 PAT to complete this comeback. And he's brought down early. He will not get it.
I believe that was Jacob Chavez on the tackle.
So Chavez brings Norwood down in the backfield for a loss.
Loss of yardage on the play, 3rd down, and we have a timeout taken by the Rampage.
So the Rampage will use one of those timeouts to stop this clock with 2 minutes left to go. And I will say this is definitely 4th down territory, so they are going to have 2 shots at this 1st down, and indeed 2 shots at the end zone if they choose to. But 2 shots definitely to get this 1st down. And they call a timeout, not just to stop the clock, but maybe to talk it over a little bit and see what they can do here, as the Stockton Elite has an amazing defense, and they need to find a way around it and pick up about 5 more yards and try to continue this drive down the field. So 61 degrees outside. 2 minutes on the clock to answer your question, Chronic. Anthony Cook says, let's go, cousin number 5, Billy Cook, from cousin Cassius and Uncle Ant. So the elite squad looking to use that amazing defense to stop the surging offense of the Tracy Rampage. Coach is going to run up and change the play. And they need about 4 yards for a first down. And he's going to move up a little bit. He may be there. It looks like he might be a yard shy.
Bringing the ball to the 20-yard line. That is going to bring up 4th down and 2 for the Rampage.
So 4th and 2 now after that pickup. He's just 2 yards shy. Let's go Lassen, Jack Daniel. Yes, that game is coming up next. The Lassen Grizzlies 14U championship on the line, our showcase match. The main event, if you will, of this weekend at the Cali Bowl. Right after this 8U championship finishes up and we get ourselves a champion. And the Tracy Rampage wants to have something to say about it as the clock winds down to 1 minute, 20 seconds. They need to get a playoff. They don't have much time and they need 2 scores. And all this in motion stuff is running time off the clock. And I don't know if there was miscommunication or what. The ball's tossed. It'll go errant, incomplete.
That will be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the elite squad out of Stockton.
So the turnover on downs brings up 1st and 10 with just 1 minute to go. I do not know how many timeouts Tracy has left. We know they've used at least 2 in the half. So they'll only be able to stop the clock once, if any. And if that's the case, this game is most decidedly over. And your 2021 8U champions will be the Stockton Elite Squad. But what a showing today by the Tracy Rampage. And this was a great game. I loved watching this 8U division matchup. 58 seconds, the clock winds down. And I'm sure that Stockton is content to just run whatever play they have to avoid a delay of game. Stockton Elite came out, showed out, and won the championship for the 8U division. They will leave with those championship rings. The coaches will get the helmet, and they will go down as the 2021 Cali Bowl champions, the Kings of California.
Delay of game.
So they'll let the delay of game happen, and I like that. They're not out there trying to run up the score. They're just going to let the clock wind down and just take home that championship. By the way, shouts out to the Tracy Rampage organization, Garen Harris and all the team over there for bringing the team out this year. Not just this division, but the other divisions as well. And he's going to break for a big run here. And this might be trouble. This might be trouble. Sammy Daniels running up the sideline, and he's going to break for sure. And that's a big run there. At least 80 yards. So touchdown, Sammy Daniels adds to his stats, pads the score just a little bit. As the clock winds down, this game is over. So big shout out, guys, to the Tracy Rampage for coming up and putting on a good show. But it is the All Stockton Elite Show, the 2021 Cali Bowl 8U champions. Congratulations to them. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Stick around, guys. The Lassen Grizzlies are coming up next. 14U Showcase Championship game. Cali Bowl.